Hello everyone, how are you? That worked. I'm quite pleased with that. Welcome along everybody, my name's Mark, also known as the Gentleman Woodturner. And I made that film. It was rubbish, wasn't it? But at least it was short. Uh, so, it's cold tonight, but I'm standing in for Doug, and Doug will be doing Thursday. So it's good to see you all, thanks for all coming in. I have got, and I'll unmute her because she always forgets to mute herself. Uh, Ruby and Wayne with me tonight.
Evening, guys.
Good
We
evening,
all,
everyone.
we all muted before when I started playing that little video to my sort of welcoming video, if you know, my standby video. Um, so these two are going to be looking after the chat and barracking me, I dare say, because true to form, I haven't practiced this one at all.
Oh, God. What have I told you, Mark?
Hey, I'm a professional. I should be able to wing it.
No,
I've,
Mark,
I've literally,
even professionals practice.
Hey,
yeah,
and I'm hoping there's no wings on this one, Mark.
there's no wings on this at all. And I can honestly say, in all the 6 years I've been turning, I've never made one of these, ever. The closest I've come to making one of these was a kitchen roll holder, which was just a base and a stem. Now I've added into the mix 4 arms on opposing axes. Oh, anything could happen. Right, so I'm going to put them in the background. I'm going to make a start with this camera, maybe. See how it goes. So what are we doing first? Right, base. It's going to be a base, stem. Oh, good. That's an email telling me I've just gone live. Nice one.
That usually happens to me after half an hour.
Well, I'm glad to know it happened.
Right. Somebody tell me when. Yes, there was a mug mentioned in the title. Mick. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of mug jokes tonight.
Yeah, I'll get down to Mick later.
Yeah.
You are going to get mugged tonight. There's no question.
Yeah, I know. Probably. Never mind. What do I need? See, the one thing I did need is over the other side of the workshop. I need me
What, the bull gouge?
garbage dividers.
Oh, right.
Right. Where's me speed sizer? Right, you guys get on and start doing that.
Right,
Well,
I'll take it up.
I'm going to let Wayne do it because he has a much sexier voice and a better accent.
Ruby, you are
God,
so kind. A
and they're
total
off.
liar, but so kind.
Pair of them. Right.
Okay, we've got Andy in, door 60. We've got Robin from Copper Owl. We've got Shane in. Shane! Obviously, Ruby's here. Pete from Twisted Trees is in. Starting to go down. Ruby and Pete are having a chat amongst themselves at the moment, down in the chat. Mick Hughes is in.
No, I don't think that's
The
going to work.
abrasive thief.
He says he has some I can borrow.
Sure, he does. He's got some most of the country could borrow.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Rob's in from Klingspor. Evening, Rob. When you see Mick at the weekend at Newark, don't give him any abrasive.
Yeah.
Fred's in. That's Fred Gilliver, by the way. Todd is in at Glencoe.
Hope if I use the sharp one. No, no, that is the sharp one. So I'm just marking out for the mortise.
Roy's the boys in. Evening, Roy. Dale's in from Old Man River. Doug Bennett's in. I'm way back in the chat here. Carsten's just come in. Raymond Wise, Haley from Wooden Burl.
It might be enough, actually.
I'm still going down.
Now, there is a question here, Mark.
Yeah.
Is this a metric or an imperial mug tree?
Probably going to be imperial because I can't think of any jokes to make about it.
Okay. Andy with your woodshed's in. Malcolm Douglas is in. Lewis, Klondike Craftsman's just come in. Alan the Woodpecker. Al's in. Evening, Al. Alan Jones, Joe Garofalo,
No, I didn't think I did.
Ben Beecroft.
Oh, it's going well away, isn't it?
Just shut up. I'm busy talking.
Lewis has indicated he wants someone to tell you, Mark, not to cut off all your hair until it gets warmer. I did mention that to him already, Lewis.
There's nothing wrong with a Kojak look. See?
Yeah. Andy
There.
Woodwork Learner also said, Mark, have you had a haircut? No, he's just getting old. It's just falling out.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Try again.
Andy wants to know, is this a nice, pretty, or ugly mug tree?
I'm making it ugly.
Andrew EGK's just come in. I'm seeing just because I'm not down the bottom of the chat yet. And Benjamin's in. I'm nearly there. Honest.
Right. All I'm doing, faffing around at the moment, folks, is creating a hold point so I can chuck this in a chuck.
Okay,
Turn the bottom
Andy
up.
the Valley Woodturner's in.
What I did with mine, Mark, was I put the flat piece against the vacuum chuck and then did my mortise.
Roger Kent is in as well.
Better. Here we go.
And Baz from Real Simple Things is in as well.
Hi, Bob.
And that's me. That's me down at the bottom.
Cool.
Finally.
You
Right,
did a great job, Wayne.
Thank you, Ruby. Right, Mark, you can speak now.
Oh, good. Right. So I've created a hold point.
Oh, hang on. Roy's asking a question. Is this going to be one of your new production pieces?
No.
No,
The story
it's
behind this. Hold on. The story behind this. I had 3 young students here last Saturday, and their guardians came with them. And while I was teaching the kids to turn, the parents were drinking tea and coffee, and somebody said, "You should have a mug tree." And I went, "Well, yeah, I probably should. Good idea."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
And Lucy Super Taters in.
Hi, Lucy.
And
that's
Andrew from
Lucy.
AGK has said, well done, Wayne. You need a mug of tea. No, don't do tea. I don't do tea, Andrew. Coffee or wine.
That's okay. I do the tea part. Now, Lewis is asking you, Wayne, when you were young before handled cups, hollow forms days, how were they stored?
They were stored by making a shelf with holes in, so you could just slot the horn through them.
That's the way I remember them.
Oh, Haley is asking, did I get my lathe mended? Yes, Haley. I stripped the switch down as far as I could. give it a flaming good clean, put it back together, and it worked first time. Whether it works tomorrow, we will wait and see.
Now, Todd is asking if mug trees are deciduous or coniferous. This one is a deciduous one, and the one
I suppose. Well, I suppose that goes to how Mark decides how he wants to do it.
that's true. And Pete has pointed out for Lewis that horns can be stuck in the ground without spilling the contents.
The only
That's
problem
true.
with that is, Wayne, deciding what I'm going to do with it would indicate that there might have been some thought process put into this before I turned it.
Yeah, but that was more a pun on deciduous, to tell you the truth.
And Robert Botwood has joined us. Welcome, Robert.
Right.
Yeah, and Lewis has said he's pro coffee and wine with me. Yeah. Great minds, Lewis, great minds.
Okay. There it is. Right. I was going to say, did anybody see what I did with the...
Yeah, you turned
put
it
it
on.
over there. No, I put it over there.
David J. Heath, the Guildford Carbon, I am right, yeah, is just come in.
Welcome, David.
And Andy has said, Mark, have you got enough branches as there's 62 mugs watching? Nice one, Andy.
Oh, that's about right.
That's a good one.
Now,
Ben
am I going to
says,
have to do this the hard way? I am. I am going to have to do this the hard way. Damn, I'm blast.
Now, Ben has actually said, step 1, turn the mug tree. Step 2, sand the mug tree. Step 3, finish the mug tree. Step 4, pull down the pegboard.
Oh, just hold on. There you go, Ben. Just for you. Pegboard.
oh
Loves
dear.
it, he does. Loves it.
And Robert Broadwood's just come in. Oh, sorry, Boltwood, not Broadwood.
Well, it's okay if he brings wood with him.
Right.
Lewis has asked where I am on Ben's list of Canadians, and to be honest with you, Lewis, I have no idea. Until you mentioned it, I didn't know he had a list. Ben, you'll have to tell me where I am on your list.
Lewis has said, I see your fire escape hazard in front of that door in the back. There's no way out in the back, Lewis.
No, that's a connecting doorway next door.
Yeah, the way out is at the front.
The way out is a 9-foot by 12-foot roller shutter.
Don't worry, Lewis. When I come and visit him, I'll check it out and make sure.
So all I'm doing is just creating a nice mortise. Bit of decoration. I suppose I might as well put a couple of lines in. Just to make it look nice. And I'm just going to dish the bottom slightly so it doesn't wobble.
I've missed something here because Roy's asked somebody a question. I can't find the question.
Oh, Lewis has asked if I do some ambassador work for him, and I'll endeavor to do that. Okay, Lewis.
Right. Sand, sand, sand.
Oh my goodness, I'm 14th on Ben's list. Whoa.
And Zed's just come in. Evening, Zed.
Hi, Zed.
How's that?
think
Now this
Roy
piece,
I think Roy and Rob have been swapping chats about Newark for the weekend.
now this piece of wood is a new one on me. It's Kentucky coffee tree.
Oh, there you go.
That's a new one on me.
And it was sent over by Rex B. So when he comes in, or if he's not already in, tell me so I can say thank you.
Now, Zed has pointed out that you need more patches on your smock. There's still a few empty spaces left.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry, Roy was speaking to Robert Boatwood, not Rob at Klingspor. And Mick is asking if that's his sandpaper you're using.
No, it's mine, you toad.
Can I just say that Mick has got enough abrasive paper to last 2 lifetimes for an amateur wood turner, and let me tell you, he is an amateur wood turner.
He's going to loan me some though, so that'll take care of some of it.
Cosmo, you're funny.
And Lewis has pointed out that you have enough patches sewn on that your smock isn't dustproof now.
There's only Shasheen, Tutor, my worshipful company, and my RPT. Oh yeah, my gentleman would turn a bit. Where's it? Gentleman would turn a bit. Right.
What's the diameter of this piece, Mark?
So now you're asking technical questions, Claire.
No, I reckon that's around about 4 inches.
Just over 4 inches. Yes. How do we know that? Because it's a 4-inch chuck.
So that means it's about 1.5 inches thick.
Tape measure here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1.75 inches. Sorry, just over 1.25 inches. By just over 4 and something.
Okay.
Right.
No problem. Right, Mick did say thank you to me, so no problems, Mick. I've seen you turn. I know an amateur when I see one.
Of course, Mick could say something along the lines of getting a piece stuck on a worm screw, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Yeah, but that happens all the time.
It can happen to anyone, Mark.
Andy Woodwork learner has said, Mark, is that smock supposed to be that tight at the front? It looks like mine.
Where you buggers? Look, there's plenty of room.
You notice I didn't say it, Mark.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to make any excuses.
Well, Lewis has pointed out that it's tight due to prosperity.
Right. Steps in. It's always worrying when I hear a chuckle in the background. The strange old wood.
And
Dances with Aardvarks has joined us. Good evening.
even Mike.
Who? Hello, Dances Artworks. Hello, buddy. Let's try and put this right.
And Barry Chitty's just come in as well. Hey, Barry.
Hi, Barry. Lewis is asking how the Paducah apple has been selling. He says they look great. I told him earlier that they look great as well, Lewis.
Thank you. I turned one out of walnut today as well. They're going all right. Sold 3 the other day. Haven't been able to pick them up yet, but they've paid for them.
Oh, that's great.
One of these strange things with wood turning. Fruit and mushrooms sell really well.
People love them, don't they?
And spheres as well, for some reason. They sell really well.
Yeah, I don't get that. Don't get that.
I was waiting for somebody to come in with this because I didn't want to see it myself. But Andy Woodwork Learner has come in and said, "Is this a mug tree or a climbing frame for Andrew EGK?"
Oh dear.
And Ward's just come in. Evening, Ward.
Hi, Ward. Would that be a negative rake scraper you're using?
No, it's a standard scraper.
Okay. Just checking.
And Mike from Dancers has said the first person to turn bacon will become Woodturning's first millionaire. Now, if I turn bacon, there's going to have to be at least 3 frying pans underneath my lathe to catch all the shavings.
Yes, Lewis, I've turned fruit, and I was noticing that all my apples and pears are gone. All I have left is a lemon and some cherries.
I haven't disappeared. I'm just trying to find 20 mil will do. Just trying to find force the bit to drill this bit.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell Lewis what happened when I turned my cherries and painted them. I had them on the counter and I used real stems in them.
Yep.
And I went to answer the phone and my husband came in and he thought they were real ones and took a bite out of one.
Or
Well, he
try to.
tried.
See, when I do cherries, I try to use the stems from cherries. But a
Yeah.
lot of the time now, when you buy cherries, they're stemless. Certainly over here, anyway.
Oh,
But
ours
with
have
grapes,
musk.
when I turn bunches of grapes, I do tend to use the stems from the grapes to glue them onto.
Want to change cameras, Mark?
Oh, let everybody see me work. Okay. So all I'm drilling is a 20 millimeter hole.
We couldn't actually see what you were doing because of the shine off your head, Mark.
All right, you'll keep. You seriously. Blimey.
Right, Zed's asking well, for him, quite a sensible question for a change. What decides when you should go with a negative rake versus a standard scraper?
I don't think he decides. I think it's just preference and experience.
I've got to say, with a negative rake scraper, you do tend to get a better finish.
Yes. I find that scrapers tend to work best on very hard, dense woods and not very well on softer woods.
Yeah.
That Zed knows all about different woods. Zed, Kentucky coffee, Kentucky
Tree.
coffee tree. Do you know anything about it? 'Cause that's what this is. Weird stuff. Proper weird stuff.
And Lewis says that for him, if it's not resin, it isn't negative.
See, now I would actually disagree with that, Lewis, because there are some woods out there, one of which I actually turned a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, which is Jarrah. That will turn very well with a negative rake scraper and carbides. Another
Right.
one is Hecky. Another one is Ironwood. Another one
Mhm.
is Leadwood. These woods are very, very, very dense, so they do tend to get a better finish using a negative rake scraper.
Right.
So that's
Oh dear.
80, 120, 240.
Now Ben says that normal scrapers are for upper class sophisticated people and negative rake scrapers are for lower class people.
Oh, God.
Well, I guess we're in the bottom class, eh, Wayne?
Yeah, I reckon we are. Right, Zed's come back with an answer, and I don't know if I can actually pronounce the proper name for the wood, but
Gymnoplautus.
Gemocladus diocus.
yeah, it's also known as Kentucky mahogany. It was once the state tree for Kentucky, before it got bumped by the tulip poplar in 1994.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, it finishes nice. Apparently.
And
Pretty
Lewis
wood.
has said, they come back to what I commented about, and has said that he doesn't doubt me a bit, Wayne, just for the species which he turns, which are typically native, negative rake is not as good for him.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense, definitely.
Now, Jim has said that the fruit of the Kentucky tree was used as a substitute for coffee. It's open grain, but it finishes well.
All right.
Nice. Okay.
And can I just say Jim Selby's in as well?
Welcome, Jim. And
Hello, Jim.
Zed pointed out the beans were roasted and eaten by Native Americans.
All right. Okay. Right. Now Mick being being ever the good friend
Hey,
that he is
Mick.
to you, Mark, they said half an hour gone and we're not even up to the first mug yet.
Mm.
Wayne would be in the house drinking wine already.
Oh, shut up.
And
Told you I'm making this up as I go along.
and Zed has pointed out, don't eat the unroasted fruit of the Kentucky tree as they are toxic. That's good to know as well.
Now, Mike has asked, have they resurrected Facebook yet? Yes, Mike,
Yes,
they did
they
that
did.
a few hours ago.
God, didn't the world end?
Yes, Ben. Okay. Ben is joining in with Jamie with the way I pronounce book.
Book. That's B double O triple O double O K.
Yeah. No E, Ben. No E on the end. Lewis, no, it wasn't just your Facebook. It was worldwide.
Yeah, I was concerned I wasn't going to be able to get in on this because I couldn't get back to the link Mark sent me.
Yeah, well, I phoned Mike and told him to
Mike?
send me the link
Mark?
by. Sorry, Mark, and told him to send me the link by email.
I did too. Great minds think alike, right, Wayne?
Right.
Exactly, Ruby. Exactly.
Now I could do this as a 1, 2, 3, three-part live. I'm not going to. There you go. That's the base. Finishes up nice, actually.
It
It
does.
reminds me a little bit of pine.
That took you longer than 3 bowls the other day.
Yeah, I know. Because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But anyway, that's the base. Right. Now, somebody needs to remember, for me, because we all know what shocking memory I've got. Actually, I'll set it now.
What's he gonna do when he gets our age, Wayne?
I've got no idea, Ruby.
Hey,
No
my
idea
body
at
is
all.
already twice your age.
Well, that's true. Now, Lewis is asking, was it a server issue or a hack? It was I don't know. It was all to do with Facebook and it was worldwide. So basically, nobody could log in to their accounts.
Mark Zuckerberg hadn't paid his electricity bill.
Exactly.
Right. So the next thing then, we've done the base, the next bit is the stem. This is the main stem, and this has already been drilled, as you can see there and there.
What size holes did you drill?
Those are going to be 12 millimeter. 12 millimeter. So that's going to go in there.
Sorry, Mick Hughes has said AGK, get Shug to put you on his shoulders on Friday so I can see you. Disappointment, bitter disappointment there, Mick. Shug isn't going.
What?
No, that's just Zed.
Oh, Zed. Gotta love him. You don't have to, but it helps if you do.
Now,
Right, so
Andy,
first thing I want to do is get this down to round. So I'm not going to mess about. Spin door off and gouge. And I'm just going
good
to go
choice.
at it. Go at it.
Now, Andy wants to know if you're going to be hanging any Doombar frames on that tree.
Doombar, no.
Mike, you're absolutely right. Friends do turn up when you've got beer, money, or wood. I had 2 fellows come over the other day, and they both filled the trunk of their cars with wood out of my garage.
No, Todd's made a good point here. Certainly with with certain groups on Facebook. One of the few redeeming values of Facebook is to see what creativity is shown by other woodturners, etc. And I totally agree with that, Todd.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
In
with you on
fact,
that.
that's probably most of what I would look at Facebook for.
It's certainly what I mostly look at, to tell you the truth.
Right, so this end, where are we? This end is the bottom. So I'm just
Now,
going to take
Lewis,
this down to size.
Lewis is asking if anyone has seen Mike Walt lately. Yeah, he was on Pete's Live last week along with me. He will be at the Newark show. He will be demonstrating on Simon Hope's stand. Yeah, and the Mike's still about and doing stuff.
And Ward is asking, what do you get when you get an epileptic, when an epileptic wanders into your garden?
Oh God!
Oh, what? You what? You what?
Seizure
Roger.
salad.
Seizure salad. That's actually
Oh,
quite funny.
you shouldn't laugh. You shouldn't laugh. But I did.
No, we do. Right.
And Robert Boltwood has said, "A friend in need is no friend of mine."
And Rob from Klingsport says he did his hashtag race day. Good. Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, he did actually put it out.
I saw that.
Now Rob is not a turner, but the thing is with Steve's hashtag week is that it doesn't have to be turned. Basically, whatever media you work in, this is what you do. And Rob did a 3D printed lace-up vase, which I've got to say, Rob, looks absolutely brilliant.
I haven't seen it yet. Mike is saying that his lace piece might be a little overlaced.
Now, to tell you the truth, Mike, I was thinking about doing something a bit overlaced as well. But we will see if I put one out.
I have one I just have to finish.
Now, Lucy has said to me, Wayne, Rob will learn how to turn. Rob had the opportunity at Harrogate last year. He had me there. He had Mark there. Mick was there as well, but he was busy pinching stuff.
Stealing sandpaper.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Greenhaven Creations is here. I always forget his bloody name. Brian. It must be Brian. And Mr. G's Woodturning is here.
Hi, Brian, Mr. G.
Now what I'm doing, I don't know if you can see the. No, you can't see with that one. Right, but this one. This bit here is the tenon. This bit here is going to fit on this collar. This collar here.
Yep, got you.
All right. So the tenon will go in, then that step fits on the collar. I've just lost my screen. There it is. So I'm just shaping down to that collar at the moment.
Yep, no probs. Now, Lewis has asked me how the flooding issues are at my place at this time of year. Not too bad. We went through a period a few weeks ago when we were getting flood warnings every day. In fact, we had three flood warnings in one day on one of the weeks. But It's not too bad at the moment, Lewis. Thank you for asking.
Now, Royce the boy has asked if anyone knows where they can get a wheel rubber for a Sedgwick bandsaw. I'd suggest, Roy, you contact someone who sells those bandsaws.
That sounds like quite an old bandsaw, Roy. What I would recommend on that one is trying to look for if you have a measure of the bandsaw wheel, and then try and search for something of that circumference or diameter or radius or something like that. I think that's going to be your best bet.
Right. Getting down towards dimension. So, start thinking about shapes and designs now.
Oh, going back to Rob doing wood turning now, and Lucy has said, Rob, taste the session, Yandles, get it booked, or do you want me to book it for you and hold your hand? Oh, nice one, Lucy.
If he really wants, when I come over, I can stop by his place and give him a lesson too.
Andy Woodwork Learners has said, if it gets wetter at Wayne's place, he will need to turn an arc. Now, Andy, Jane, my ultra better half, has been on at me to build an arc for around about the past 20 years. Well, no, actually not the past 20 years, since 2009.
Oh,
I'll
I
be
can,
honest,
thank goodness.
I haven't turned a bead. I haven't turned a bead with a skew in about 3 weeks.
Only 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Myself, I like turning them with a 3/8 beading parting tool.
Yeah, but you absolutely love that tool, don't you, Ruby?
I do.
Yeah.
I admit that quite freely.
Right. Lucy said about Rob doing the taster session turning that she will even dangle a brownie in front of him. Oh my life.
Good heavens.
Benjamin is saying back to Roy about the bandsaw wheel. I would recommend buying a brand new saw and removing the wheel from that. Yeah, I'm not bothered going on with that.
And Rob says he thought the other day, Wayne, with your love of water and white beard, you ever wonder why you never see Wayne and Robinson Crusoe in the same room?
I always remember the Robinson Crusoe series from when it must have been late 60s, early 70s. I can't even remember who was in it. That was a TV series that we had over here. I don't know if it was in the States and Canada.
I don't think so.
Now, Lewis has said that would be the second arc build win. Actually, Lewis, it wouldn't, because there was somebody in Holland. I can't remember, 10, 15 years ago, maybe, built an arc as well.
Yes, I remember that now.
Oh, I've still got a bit of room left between those. It's all right.
And Andy Woodwork Learner has said, Wayne, you helped build the last one, so you've had practice.
Well, that was a long time ago, Wayne. They really
It was. I
expected
mean, they've
to,
got
they
memory fit.
remember us to expect all those details, and we had a
Yeah, I know, Ruby. Over time, memory fades.
yeah, but we had a lot of assistants to help us back then.
And Mike at Dances has said he never see Wayne and Jesse Duke in the same room either.
Now, Roy is asking Mark, are you going to blowtorch the grain for decorative purposes?
No, I don't think so.
And Alice said, Wayne, if you build one, I'll watch. Yeah, that's pretty much like saying, if you build it, they will come. Field
Right.
of Dreams. Field of Dreams, I think that was.
Yes.
Kevin Costner.
That was a good movie.
It was, yes, Kevin Costner.
Right. Okay.
No, Rob, it's not the little folk pick on me night because I haven't picked on you at all. And I've been told after being with Mark and Pete that I'm one of the little folk.
It's just getting a little whippy, so I'm having to um, just hand steady.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Lewis has said, I told my wife I wanted to let my hair and beard grow. I said it was a good look for a Turner. And then he showed her Wayne. That's me, by the way. And she said, it works for him, but not for you. Feelings hurt. Oh, dear me.
Well, I've spent hundreds of years working on growing my beard and my hair, and it hasn't worked either.
The annoying thing about my hair is that it grows to a certain length and then it stops. I mean, the amount of years I've been grown up, I've had long hair and had the ponytail. It should be right down to my backside by now, but it just gets to a certain length and then stops.
Now, do you remember Shirley Temple?
Yes, I remember Shirley Pimble.
Well, I used to have hair like her. It was just a big mass of curls. And today my hair is as straight can be.
I actually started going grey when I was 18, but I didn't mind that because I've still got a full head of hair.
Well, when I was
Oh
born, I was a
Oh yeah,
carrot.
go on, rub it in.
no, rub it in even further, Mark. Mika said, sorry, I nodded off. Is it finished yet?
No,
Todd said that he has visited the Field of Dreams a couple of times. It makes a better impression when the corn is eye high versus a foot high. I would imagine it does, to tell you the truth.
no, Mike, you don't want to imagine me singing on the good ship Lollipop while I'm turning. If I were to sing, there wouldn't be another person, including Mark, on this live. And Albert has said that, Mark, that's starting to look pretty nice. And I agree with him.
Yeah, I've got to agree as well.
I'm only making it up as I go along.
Right, now what I would say, Mark, in all seriousness, with the part going down towards the headstock, if you can try and make that the same sort of diameter as the part you've got at the tailstock, it would probably look even better.
Well, I was thinking if that's the base, that's going to be heavier. Needs to be,
Okay,
Yeah,
so it tapers
I
up.
agree with Mark on that one.
okay.
Yes, Andy, this is Mark's 10th one tonight.
Lucy said that she started going grey white at 22, not long after she met Andy.
Karsten says that a friend of his decided to treat his hair loss with a mixture of honey and citrus oil that he rubbed into his hair every day. It worked beautifully. His fingers are now real hairy.
Oh God, they probably taste quite nice as well.
And just so you know, Todd, I'm 5'4". Although until I was, I think first year university, I was only 4 foot tall and about 80 pounds.
Robert Bortwood said that he had natural afro, very tight and curly, that is, and he wanted long straight hair.
Yes, Lucy, I'm 4 inches taller than you.
And Andy Woodwork Learner said, if we're not careful with all these comments, Mark will pull all his hair out. Oh, wait.
I prefer you grow it back, Mark. I'm
Yeah, on
sorry.
his, I think Andy might have meant that on his chinny chin chin.
Well, if he makes his beard really long, he
Right.
can just curl it up and over. Lewis remembers being 5'4" once. It was a tough year, grade 5. Good heavens. Don't tell me you're another one of these giants, Lewis.
Right. See if it fits. Just turn me back a sec. Oh, bugger. Right, okay, that's fine. That fits.
Now, Alan Jones has said, I never got rid of the squatty haircut, Win. So what happened to you? Well, the thing is, Alan,
You
before I
rebelled.
joined up, no, before I joined up, I had long hair. So when I left the army, I just went back to my normal state and had long hair, and have still got long hair.
Right.
I give up. What is a squatty haircut?
Oh, that sorry,
That's good.
squatty. It pertains to someone in the army.
Okay.
My eyesight's getting
The
worse.
6th of December, 1974. I went to join the army and got on the train and ended up down in, oh God, forget the name of the place now, somewhere down the Midlands, and that's where I got my first army haircut. I nearly cried.
Do you have any pictures from that time period, Wayne?
No, that is the only answer you're going to get.
Oddly enough, I don't have any pictures from that time period either. Nice skew work, Mark.
I haven't done anything special yet. It's just planing cuts. I
Well,
think.
someone might, Lewis, but I don't know who.
Well, what did we say? 12 mil, didn't we? 12 mil.
Now Lucy is
Right.
asking what colour my hair used to be. It was quite a light brown. There was nothing special, just quite light brown.
Now, when I was a kid, I was a carrot top. I was a bright orange. And it got darker as I got older.
Now Lewis has said, I think this is about Mark's head, is that if Mark painted on a facial scare, it could be a full-size Dr. Evil. Funnily enough, seeing that, Lewis, I just saw a wee video on Facebook this evening before I came into the live of somebody sitting in a cafe with sort of like a half bald head, down the back, but he still had the sort of the neck hair there, and he did have a face tattooed onto the bald area. So he's sitting looking out the window, and this other face is pointing inwards towards the cafe. Now, Todd is asking a good question here. Are the tips of your calibers, Mark, rounded over or sharp?
Rounded over.
They're rounded over. That way, there's less chance of getting a catch.
Absolutely.
Now, I did used to have, even when I left the army, I did keep the short hair. And now, who was it? Andy, woodwork learner, saying he got a fundraising grade 0 cut once with some mates. By the time we had the photos taken a week later, it looked like he hadn't had one. Now, there are certain grades of haircuts just using the electric razor. There's a 0, there's a 1, 2, 3, and that's the thick of the cut. And when I left the army, I still used to get a number 1 back and sides when I left the army.
Now
I,
you have
I
a you
Go on.
have a request for the overhead camera.
Sorry. There you go.
There you go. So yeah, I used to have a number 1 for quite a lot of years before I started growing my hair again. Tell you the truth.
Now Lewis has suggested, Mark, that you make the arms the same diameter end to end, including the tenon, or they will not sit right on the main spindle. And he also says put a ball on the end if you like.
Sorry, say that again.
Make the arms the same diameter end to end, including the tenon, or they won't sit right on the main spindle.
Okay. I'm going to lose that bit off anyway.
Right. I think what he's meaning, Mark, is where the tenon is going to go into the stem. With the shape you've actually got there, you will have, seen as how the stem is circular, it's not going to sit in flat.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you mean. Okay.
And he's asking which army, Roman or earlier. Well, no, I did a bit. I did a little bit with the Greeks, and then swapped over to the Egyptians, which is where I helped them
It was the
develop
Persians.
Woodturning lathe.
It was the
And
Persians.
yeah, I made the slip from the Greeks over to the Persians, and then went to the Egyptians. and then went to the Romans, where I taught them how to do. See, with the Greeks, if you notice Greek architecture, there are no curves. What do you call arches? In Greek architecture, there's no arches. In Roman architecture, there are arches in their architecture. So I'll let them know about that as well. Oh, Roy was in the Royal Engineers. I spent a fair bit of my army time with the Royal Engineers.
There you
Excellent, Mark. You've just gone 9 o'clock. Don't worry about it. Carry on.
go. Okay. Might do one more. One more to try and be the same. Uh, okay, everybody. Where is it? There it is. It's in my pocket. Don't worry. I found
Now,
it.
now
It's in his
Lewis,
pocket.
Lewis makes a good point. You should always test it first before you part it off.
Well, yeah. I'm very confident in my measurements.
He's not confident in his measurements. He's winging it.
I'm winging it.
Yes, Lucy, I was Remy. I spent my first 2 tours with the Royal Engineers, 3-8 engineers at Ripon, and then 2-5 engineer regiment at Osnabrück. Then I moved and I spent 3 years as a mechanic for the military police, and then I spent my final 2 years between 12 Air Defence Regiment and 16 Air Defence Regiment Royal Artillery.
I suppose, just in case he is watching, better drag this one out.
Oh,
No,
hang on. Hang on. I've got to go. Jane's shouting over us. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
okay. I have one of those at home in my shop, but I haven't found where it went to.
There you go. I've used it.
Yes,
Pencil.
Lewis. Wayne has quite a few stories. When you've lived as long as he and I have, you tend to accumulate them.
Thanks. 12 mil at the end.
So you have to repeat this 4 more times, right? Or 3 more?
Hold on. Say that again, Ruby.
So you have to repeat that 3 more times to get your 4.
Yeah, that's why I kept it simple. Where is it? There it is.
The interesting thing, Andy, that I find about memories is that sometimes you need something else or a conversation with someone else just to trigger off remembering some of those memories. Now, Pete has pointed out that he has over 40 mugs, so you better keep repeating, Mark. You'll need 10 more all the way finished.
Right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to drop out. I'll catch
No worries,
everybody
mate.
later.
No worries. Take it out.
Okay.
Yep.
Good night.
Take care. Bye-bye. Now, Lewis has pointed out that Pete really needs is a floor model rack, so you'll have to make one. Let's see, how tall is Pete? You better make it at least 8 feet long. And then you can have mugs all the way up. Now it's going to be really quiet with Wayne gone.
That'll be all right.
Hmm.
I just need to go up a grid.
And you should mention what kind of sandpaper you're using.
It's clean spore. Everybody knows I use clean spore.
Well, just in case they forgot and hadn't heard the
Yes,
name.
clean spore J Flex. Golf back. Tears easy.
Thank you, Mick, for the sentiment. Now, Lewis has asked, Mark, do you have any of the curved grind skews?
Say that again.
You know, on the top edge of your skew, do you have any that have a curve on them instead of
No.
flat across?
No. Hateful things. Work of the devil they are.
I agree. I've tried them. I don't like them, and I've stayed just with the straight edged ones. They limit what you can do with a skew when they've got a big curve on the end of them.
Now one side is a bit thicker than the other.
Now, Todd is asking about the types of wood for the stem and the arms and the base.
I think.
Well, the stem and the arms are
Think it.
poplar or
Bottom is
tulip.
Kentucky coffee tree. The stem is beech, and I think the arms are teak. So luckily, what I'll do is I'll do a thick one on the top and a thin one on the bottom.
Yeah, but once you put the cups on, nobody will notice that.
No, that's it. It's true. That's true. Very true. Just go a bit thinner. So
Now, Pete wants to know if Klingspor make abrasives for people other than Mick.
well, apparently they do. Yes.
Well, Mick says that they do make them for everyone. It's just that he happens to have a decent supply of them.
What are we doing? Now and 10. I'm not going to do all 4.
Yeah.
Unless you really want me to.
Now, Lewis says his skew is partly straight and then about 1/3, then the curve. I don't like the curve at all. And Andy has suggested, Mark, no, it was Mick suggested you could try hanging a mug on it and see how it works.
Good, hold on.
And Lewis
Need
has
a bit of it.
to run off, so goodbye, Lewis.
Cheers, Lewis. Right. There you go. Suppose I could get two, so make sure they hang properly. Where's the other one? There it is. I do actually have 4 mugs. So,
I
there's
did
one.
send you some.
I know they're. Do you know what, Ruby? They're our favourite mugs. We have our tea and coffee in those. So there we go. There's 2. And they were about the right distance apart as well.
Good.
And, blimey, he even sits there like that. Right, let's finish this one off. Yes, it stands up with the weight of the mug. Oh, ye of little faith.
You do have to change cameras, Mark. We don't want to look at the top of your head.
How rude.
Well, when I look at the top of your head, Mark, I want to go grab some fur off the dog and glue it on.
Right. 12 mil again.
And Andy's saying, Mark, don't do a Steve. And Pete wants to know, how about when the mug is full? I don't think he wants to hang them, Pete, when the mug is full.
Pete's just being silly now. Right.
And Andy thinks he needs sunglasses for those headshots.
All right. Rude.
Are you getting the message yet that you need to let it grow?
I don't like it. I don't like it. To give
Lucy,
myself the detail on this top part, I started up here, got the waist away before I got to the line.
Lucy is suggesting that with a bit of sanding, we could get a really good shine on your head.
Tell you what, friends like you lot,
Ben wants to know if your mug tree will survive an earthquake without the mugs falling off. And Pete says that when he's in your shop, it's a condition of labor that a mug must never be completely empty for more than a millisecond.
that's true.
And Mick has just volunteered to supply Lucy with the sandpaper for your head.
Yeah, he's going off. Sandpaper.
And Jason thinks you could put a CA finish on your head. It'll make it tough.
Very funny.
And Todd wants to know what color of embellishing wax you'd use after the sanding.
Not gonna bite.
And Rob says, hang on, you made him take you to the pub and buy him a coffee. He says I was mugged.
Right. Which one does this one look most like? The top one. Okay.
We can't see anything.
I know. I'm doing that on purpose because it's a bit tight.
Andy wants to know if you have a cat too.
Rude. Just rude.
Sounds like a good fit if you're tapping them in.
Oh, yeah. These aren't glue fits. These are, I can't get them out fits. Right. So there you go. They're ish. Once the mugs are on, you won't know. So I have one more to do. I'll do it quickly, because that one didn't take long.
Robert says, Mark, with friends like you have on here, you sure as hell don't need any enemies.
I've got enough of those already, mate. Don't need any more. Ah, they're all friends. You know they're friends when they're taking a mickey.
Except you need to change cameras, Mark. I know you keep trying to show off your new haircut, but really we want to watch the shavings fly. And Jason says that all puns aside, you look good, Mark.
Thank you.
I would think having your hair that short would be an annoyance because you'd have to shave it almost every other day. And Mick suggests, quick, everyone start being nice. It'll scare the crap out of you.
Right. Let's try and get this one somewhere close. See if I can get back out as well.
Andrew says, at least we know we like you as we're taking the piff. And Andy says, Mark, you can really use the skew now. No paint tins in sight. Nice. Were you using your skew to open paint cans?
Sorry?
Were you using your skew to open paint cans at one
When I
time?
first started turning, I was, yeah.
Good heavens.
Now, try to get this down to similar size, similar diameter.
Now, Pete is saying, storyboard, just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he's only doing 4, Pete. If he was doing a production run, then definitely he would need to have gotten one.
Doing these by eye. Just because this one's just for me.
And Mick has pointed out, don't forget you said at the beginning that you're just winging it.
I am. Almost forgot to sand that one. Doesn't really need it because it's off the skew. That'll do.
Okay, and Pete has reminded me that a storyboard is valuable for 2 or more. Yes and no. Sometimes you can use the first one you made as your storyboard for the rest.
That one fits all right. There we go. Right. Change camera. There you go. One mug tree.
Very
And they
nice.
all look fairly the same. So you got one on there, one on there, and then obviously one on the other side and one on the other side. How's that? Is that all
Good.
right?
Yep, looks good.
And I'll sit in the back room for students to use.
Well, I think I'd put a finish and glue it first.
To be honest, Ruby, the joints are so tight I don't think I could use it.
Well, then make sure you put a finish on it anyway.
Yeah, well, the base has been finished. That had some Hampshire sheen on it. What I might do with those is just give it a quick spray lacquer.
That's an idea. Brent says he made a storyboard once and then never used it.
But that works. I'm quite pleased with that. Considering I just threw the blanks together today, I drilled the holes pre-drilled before I did the stem. I didn't measure them, just did them by eye. So they were roughly in the center, but they are pretty much spot on 90
Yep.
degrees. I don't even know which way to point. There you go. Threw a design together, a couple of beads, fillet, a couple of tapers. The arms are just a simple taper to the center. You could do that with a spindle gouge, roughing gouge. I did it with a skew because I had it in my hand. And that's all it is. I'll bring Ruby back in. Put your clothes
Well,
back on.
you're getting some very nice compliments on it, Mark.
Thank you very much. Just something to stand in for Doug. Just a little something that I thought of doing. I haven't seen anybody do one live for a while.
Oh, I think it's
So
nice change
it's
from
nice.
doing a bowl.
Yeah. And it's a nice beginner's project. You could do one of them. If you were just starting out, kitchen roll holder, mug trees, those are all sorts of things that give you good tool practice. So you can use
And
a
they're and they're
variety of tools.
they're practical. You can use it
Yeah.
afterwards.
And when you're finished, it's not, I'm not saying that this is something I would sell at a craft fair because it's shocking. But if I was going to make them to sell, I'd do a storyboard. They'd all be identical. They'd all look good. Quite happy with the base. The base looks nice.
You would probably use the same wood for all the parts.
Yes, I just threw these together with the scraps that are over there that I could put together. But yeah, I'm pleased with the way that came out actually. So I've got another multiple class. Got 3 more multiple classes. So I've got 2 4s and a 3. So that'll be all the parents in, and they can all have teas and coffees and help themselves to the mugs off of these. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Uh, all being well, Wayne should be back on tomorrow night, and then Doug is back on Thursday because I'm standing in for him. Uh, who else on Friday? Steve might be back. Steve SK Cross. Um, JP's got a premiere tonight. HEK will have a premiere tomorrow night. Pete will be on Sunday night, standing in for the ever holidaying Terry. And then we're back to next week with Paul Finley on Monday. So that's it for
Good.
me. Pretty
Well,
much.
thanks for standing in for
There you go.
Doug.
Come on. Hello. Uh, variety of cameras tonight, everywhere. Thank you very much. I'm going to go back.
Oh, Zed
Oh,
has a premiere tonight.
Zed's got a premiere tonight. Yes, go and watch Zed. Thank you very much, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Thanks for
everyone.
coming along.
Press the button. awkward pause.